Basically, Learn eCORE was developed to provide online training that's comprehensive, accurate, and relevant to really everybody involved in human subjects research.
Tailored a bit more for folks doing social and behavioral research. It's our SBER course. So they offer training on the same regulation, just with a different bent. One a little more tailored to the social and behavioral research scientists than the other.
Human subjects training courses, both of them are meant to teach primarily about the federal regulations for the protection of human subjects, also known as the Common Rule, although they do get into other related regulations as well. The regulations are pretty prescriptive and can be long and fairly complicated, so we've organized it around the Belmont Report, which is kind of the seminal report that came out in the early 80s about what should be our framework in this country for research ethics. And so we organize them around those topics to kind of break them down and make more sense out of them, help guide learners through.
The other course that we added was Investigator Conflict of Interest. That really was born out of hearing feedback from independent IRBs saying many customers who came to them weren't aware that they had a conflict of interest, didn't understand how to mitigate it, didn't understand how to manage it, and often were overlooking it. That has a lot of detrimental implications. And so we created a course that not only focused on the financial conflict of interest, which is what most people think of when they think of the conflict of interest, but pretty much comprehensively to think of all of the types of conflicts of interest that investigators may have, and being able to direct them toward mitigation. I think many people think I have to sell all my belongings, I have to give up all my relationships, etc., etc. And really what this helps you understand is where those things should be done or how they could be mitigated while you're doing the study. In larger institutions, there's an entire body of folks whose job is to manage those conflicts of interest. In smaller business, startups, that's often not as clear. And this is really meant to be a guidance for those folks with references where you can ask certain federal leaders on this topic if you're not clear, but really understand where you do or don't have a conflict of interest, so that when you go to make your claim to the FDA, for instance, or to put your results in peer-reviewed publication, there's not the appearance of a conflict where your research results would be called into question.